Hi guys, this is Josephine Lim, editor-in-chief of Graphite Literary Magazine, and today we have a photographer spotlight of Alex Tsompanidis. How did you first get into photography?
So, going into Christmas, my sophomore year, I got gifted a camera from my mom. It's actually my brother's originally. So, he's been a photographer growing up, and I've always liked the stuff that he does. And when he gifted me that camera, it was really special. So I wanted to start getting into it myself.
Yeah, describe the first moment you realized you loved photography.
So I was actually at the wetlands, the Orlando wetlands, and I found this bird. It was called the great blue heron, and it dove into the water and caught a fish. I'd never seen something like that, like in nature, so it was kind of a cool moment, and it just stood there, like with the fish, and I got to capture it, so that was cool.
Yeah, so speaking of like your photo shoots, do you just take photos of whatever like catches your eye, or do you plan it out?
Yeah, I kind of just do whatever catches my eye, because, with nature, I mean, anything could happen, whether it's like a bird swooping in or like an alligator that comes up. It's kind of varying.
Yeah, so is it just like whenever you go on like a nature walk, do you just take your camera?
Yeah, pretty much. I always take my camera wherever I could go, just so I don't miss anything like important if something pops up.
Do you and your brother shoot together?
Actually, no. My brother stopped photography when he gave me his camera. He didn't really have time for it, so he wanted to pass it down to me.
Yeah, like what is it like? Does it feel like he like basically passed the mantle on to you?
Yeah, I would say so.
How do you think that impacts your work?
It kind of gives me like a sort of stepping stone, like someone to look up to or compare to. It's not really like a competition, but he definitely drives me to like be the best I could be.
Do you and him like do you both shoot nature stuff?
He actually doesn't. He mainly did like headshots with his camera or just like city stuff.
So you guys like obviously take pictures of very different things. Why
Yeah.
did you choose the route you choose?
Well, even before I started photography, I always loved trails and hiking and nature. It's always been something that brings me a lot of joy. So I wanted to be able to capture that and show other people that going outside is like something good.
Yeah, that leads into our next question. What inspires you as a photographer?
Um, right off the bat, the first thing I think of, like I said before, is my brother. But in general, um, a lot of people don't really appreciate nature. So when I take my photos, what I have in mind is I want to kind of inspire other people to get outside because it's something that could for sure bring them joy.
What was the process of learning how to take good photos?
Honestly, it was kind of trial and error. I did a lot of YouTube, and I didn't really get any help from my brother because he's off at college. So yeah, it was just YouTube pretty much.
Okay. Were there any like struggles when you were trying to learn photography?
Definitely, and there still are a lot of struggles. I'm still learning, but when I first started, I didn't really have anyone to teach me, so a lot of the photos came out pretty blurry, and I was constantly taking like kind of crappy photos
Yeah.
at first. So that was definitely a barrier to get across.
What kept you motivated even when the photos didn't turn out that good?
I'm always seeing really experienced photographers on like social media, and I just want to be able to get to that level because what they've put out has always inspired me, and I've always wanted to do the same with other people.
Was there any one photo where you're like, oh, like I made it?
There was this one photo shoot I did. It was at Lake Harney Wilderness, and I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and I drove there. I got there at like 5:30. I was just sitting there waiting for the sunrise to come up, and it was like the absolute perfect morning. So I got it out and I captured that photo. It's actually the one that I submitted with the flower and the sun in the background.
Oh,
It
that's
was that
cool.
one. I really like that one.
Yeah. Why do you like photography?
I feel like it's like the best means to put out what you see. So when I'm going hiking and I'm like, oh, this is really beautiful, it's definitely the best way to capture that and put it out and express myself.
Do you put out your photography on anywhere, like any social media?
Yeah, mainly, well, every time I do a photo shoot, I post it to Instagram, and I also have a TikTok that I post it to as well.
That's cool. What are some of your favorite moments from photography?
Definitely, like I said before, that moment where the heron swooped down and caught the fish. There was also a black bear that came like 10 feet in front of me. I didn't take a photo of it because I was like scared,
Yeah.
but yeah, that it was pretty exciting because I didn't really process that at the moment, and yeah, it was a mama bear with their cubs. I honestly wish I stayed and took a photo. It was definitely a good idea leaving though, but that was exciting.
Yeah, so it's like the good moments are even the parts that happen not on camera too.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you see photography playing a role in your future?
I definitely want to continue getting better, and I feel like, at least for me, when you get better at something, it kind of makes me motivated to continue, because when you get better, it's kind of, it doesn't leave you unsatisfied, but it makes you like yearn for more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's only going to exponentially get better from here.
Yeah. What would you say to any aspiring photographer?
Definitely don't give up. Make sure to, if you have to wake up early or stay somewhere late to catch sunrise or sunset, don't let that get in the way, because it's definitely worth it. It's just like 30 minutes of uncomfortability for photos that last forever.